Hi, my name is Chris Jacobs, and today we'll be talking about moving from non-renewable sources of energy to solar energy. So before we talk about the solution, we need to talk about the issue. According to NationalGeographic.com, more than 66% of the world's electricity comes from fossil fuels. The different kinds of fossil fuels being coal, natural gas, and oil. Along with this, there's only a finite amount of fossil fuels on the planet, meaning that eventually we will run out. Fossil fuels also give off a lot of harmful gases, such as carbon dioxide. And even though certain fossil fuels, such as natural gas, give off less carbon dioxide, it still gives off carbon dioxide that's not really healthy for us. And too much of this carbon dioxide gas going into the atmosphere can lead to problems with the Earth, such as fluctuations in temperature over time. Now that we've talked about the issue, we can go into ideas for the solution. And one solution we could use is a renewable energy source such as solar energy, which basically solar energy is using solar panels to collect energy that is given off from the sun and use it as an energy source for houses and different areas. Next up, we'll talk about ways to implement these solutions. You may be driving around and see that there are houses that have these solar panels on the roofs. This is something a lot of families do in order to have their house run off of solar energy. Along with that, there are other places you might see this happen, like at schools. My high school even decided to try and change over to using a lot of solar energy. So they had a bunch of solar panels everywhere in like open areas and on the roofs, and it was just a really cool thing that they decided to do. Along with the solution, though, there do come to be some issues, such as cost, which, since it does cost a lot of money to create these solar panels and to buy them, it can be a little much for some families, along with space issues, since, as you can see in the picture, these solar panels are taking up a lot of area, and you can't really collect energy when it's cloudy or night since the sun won't be out, and the solar panels won't be able to collect that energy from the sun. However, just because there are issues with a solution doesn't mean that the positives won't outweigh the negatives, such as when we look at how it lowers the cost of your energy bill. Since you're going to be pulling energy from solar panels and stuff, you're not going to be taking as much energy from your energy provider, meaning that they won't be charging you as much. Along with that, solar panels have a low maintenance cost. You just have to clean them every couple months. And to combat the space issue, you can put solar panels on your roof, and that allows it for it to be kind of out of the way and not like taking up area around your house. Along with that, you can increase your home value, and based on a study by Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory, they said that on average, solar increased the value of a home by about $1,500. And according to nature.berkeley.edu, a residential solar power system has the capability to provide an entire home electricity with about 80% lower carbon emissions, which means that by using solar energy, the carbon emissions from a house will go down by 80%, which is a lot. Now, some ways that anyone, such as families, can help put the solution into action are families that are able to purchase solar panels should try to do so in order to reduce the fossil fuels that are in use. And they can do the idea of putting your solar panels on the roof, or some other ideas that have been created have been putting solar panels inside of windows to try and compact it, allowing for even more solar panels with less space being taken up. And you can also just try and support for places like schools and work buildings to try and switch to using solar energy, since if a lot of these places do that, it'll significantly reduce the use of fossil fuels and significantly reduce the amount of CO2 that goes into the atmosphere. I thank you for watching this video, because even if we can get a couple people every couple of areas to change to solar power energy, it will seriously make a difference when it comes to CO2 emissions into the atmosphere. So if we can get anyone to use solar energy, it will make a big difference. So thank you very much for watching this video. And this is the bibliography I used, along with the bibliography for the pictures that I used.